A review of Vanilla Beyond, the mod for Medieval 2 Total War. Medieval 2 sure does have a lot of mods. Many of the major ones are unfortunately rather difficult to run if you don't quite have the hardware or technical know-how to squeeze every last bit of performance out of your PC and programs. This mod, Vanilla Beyond, is a mod that is essentially an enhanced version of the vanilla game, which tries to bring out the best that Medieval 2 has to offer without completely overhauling and making the game unrecognizable and difficult to run. Let's get into it. In terms of the setting of the game, nothing has really changed. You still start in 1080 AD, and the pace of the campaign is very reminiscent of vanilla, going until the early Renaissance period and the discovery of America. However, you will immediately notice several changes. There are quite a few new units, buildings, and factions added to the game that really add more flavor to the campaign. Additionally, the map has been expanded to a large degree, going all the way to Mongolia in the east, and including more of the Americas than vanilla. The additional factions included in Vanilla Beyond are also worthy of note, as they are all interesting and add flair to its campaign. In the Americas, the Aztecs and the Apache are playable factions. In the Old World, the Mongols are present on the map from the start, and you'll receive messages periodically regarding their expansion and unification of the Mongol tribes. As a historical player, I am not a huge fan of the playable Apache that expand and create an empire violently like that, but I do like certain changes like having the Mongols visible on the map from the very start. I am not a huge fan of spawning forces on the edge of the map. There are also other interesting playable factions, such as the Emirate of Damascus, the Abbasid Caliphate, the Khwarezmians, the Armenians, the Norwegians, and others. It's definitely a fun group of additional factions that are included in Vanilla Beyond. America is reachable from turn 1 in this mod. Of course, you don't have to sail to America that early if you don't want to. The point of this change was to make the Americas a little more important in the campaign in general, especially since it didn't really have a major impact and was more of just a small endgame challenge to go for if you wanted to in Vanilla Medieval 2. Additionally, the inclusion of the Apache as a major faction in North America does change things up a bit and makes it interesting. As I mentioned above, the map extends eastward all the way to Karakorum, and the Mongols are visible on the map from the very start. The Mongol invasions work differently, since they don't just randomly spawn. As they conquer provinces, they gain extra bonuses and cash that cause a sort of snowball effect, which I find to be a better mechanic than simply spawning 20 stacks somewhere that you can do nothing about. Vanilla Beyond also has some interesting religious mechanics that I think make it stand out a bit more than other vanilla enhancement mods for Medieval 2. For example, a Protestant Reformation event will occur randomly between 1417 and 1517, and Catholic factions will have the opportunity at that time to convert to Protestantism, really changing up the gameplay if you choose to convert. Additionally, Judaism is included in the mod, and Jewish buildings can be constructed for certain benefits while causing some disorder due to religious conversion. The mod is not intended to be a fully 100% historically accurate mod. It is definitely meant to emphasize and enhance the vanilla game in a way that plays to Medieval 2's strengths and mitigates its weaknesses. And in that, it definitely succeeds. There are many aspects of Medieval 2 that don't play a major part in the vanilla campaign since they either occur very late in the campaign or are somewhat underwhelming like the Mongol invasions. In Vanilla Beyond, pretty much everything is meant to actually have a big impact on the experience, and for this I applaud the developer, Azumi. I have to be honest, when I first tried Vanilla Beyond, I didn't expect to be that impressed, because I am definitely a guy that prefers a more historical campaign. However, I have to say I was pleasantly surprised by just how fun and dynamic Vanilla Beyond's campaign is. Its factions are interesting and diverse, and its new units and buildings add flavor to the otherwise vanilla-feeling campaign. It truly takes the interesting aspects of the vanilla campaign and brings them to the forefront, really bringing out the best in Medieval 2. Unlike other mods, and vanilla to an extent, combat is not very sluggish, and battles are pretty epic and fast and furious. All in all, I quite enjoy Vanilla Beyond, and if you want a campaign that isn't going to take forever and is going to encompass all of the Middle Ages covered in the vanilla campaign in one go, including the Protestant Reformation and the European discovery of the Americas, then Vanilla Beyond is a mod you want to try out. It truly feels like a refreshed version of Vanilla Medieval 2, and I like it quite a bit. You can find a link to the Vanilla Beyond subforum in the description below. Thanks for watching.